Welcome to Dear Entrepreneur. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about something very important to businesses, particularly small businesses. So, the topic of today's episode is why your small business isn't growing. Yeah, why is your business not growing? Why are you stuck? Why do you feel like I need to move from this space to the other to another phase? My business is to have moved. I'm like 4 5 years old. Why is it that everything is just keep looking as if there's no growth? It just feels like we're stuck in one place. Yeah, if you are that person, then this is the right place to be. Because I'm going to be breaking down maybe like 2 3 reasons why I feel your business is not growing, because it's something that happened to me in the past. And so you just need to stick around and let's just go through these 3 points, maybe to basically help you out. Your business, if you apply it, if you get to understand why it is, and maybe if you apply some of the things I just said, I would say you would be able to move away from that phase. Yeah, so let's get right into it. All right. So one of the first reasons why, which is basically the main reason, but it's going to flow into other reasons. There's just 3 reasons I'm going to talk about. The first reason is there is a misconception. Is this misconception that starts or kickstarts every other thing? Um, when I started my business, or maybe when you started your business, if you think about it, the idea of starting a business is to solve your needs. The misconception is your business is created to solve your needs, and that is a lie. So, it is your business was not or is not meant to be created to solve your needs. Business is meant to be created to solve the needs of others, is to provide solution to others. Now, if you get trapped with that misconception that it is to solve your needs, then you are already setting your business for a downfall. And this is the first reason why your business isn't growing, because you are being trapped with that misconception that this business I'm creating is meant to solve my basic needs. It is not meant to do that. It is meant to solve the needs of others, then later solve your basic needs. So this is the first reason. Now the second reason is very similar to it, or not similar. Basically, it is because of the first reason that the second reason exists. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, because you believe in that conception that, oh, this business is meant to solve my basic needs, then the second reason now is created, or you've created room for the second reason, which is financial burdens. So most of us put a lot of financial burdens on our business because we believe that our business is meant to solve our basic needs or survival needs. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what are these financial burdens? Your rent, your lifestyle, entertainment, children's school fees, maybe or whatever it is that you do to survive. You put those things on your business, believing that, oh, this business is meant to solve it. And most of us do these mistakes. We put this thing on the business in the early stage of the business, which is very wrong. Once you do that, once you put those financial burdens on the business, you are already in a space where your business is not going to grow. It would basically just be going in a downward move. It will get to a point like it kind of be constant for a time to provide most of these needs, but it would not grow. So it is important you understand that your needs, all your financial needs, are not meant to be placed on the business in the early stage. Okay, so you need to understand why it is very dangerous for you to put all your needs or your financial needs on your body and on your business. You need to understand how dangerous it is. It is very dangerous because you just get stuck. That's just what will happen. You get very stuck. Why? Because your business is meant to be treated like a baby. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your business is like a child because you don't expect what a baby can do. You don't want to expect for a baby to be able to do what an adult can do. A 1 or 2 years old child cannot take the responsibility of an adult. Do you understand what I'm saying? So basically, that's how your business is. Once you start that business, you are meant to treat it like a baby. A baby is always dependent on someone. So that business is going to be dependent on you or the resources that comes or the finances that comes from the business. So if you are someone that doesn't have all the funds in the world, that's why I'm talking to small businesses. Yeah, oh, it's talking to big businesses, small businesses. If you're someone that doesn't have all the finances in the world to run your business, and you're just starting with a small amount of money, or maybe your parents or one of your friends borrowed you some cash and you started your business, what you are meant to do is feed the business, which is going to enter into my point three. You see, all of them are kind of connected to one another. This is going to enter into my point three, which is businesses have different phases: infancy, growth, and maturity phase. The infancy stage is what I'm talking about. The baby part, your business, when you treat your baby as your business like a baby, as a baby, you are meant to feed the business. So where is the money coming from to feed the business? The money is coming from the money that the business is still generating. Think about it. So the business generates maybe this month 200,000 naira profit out of every other thing, and you're like, oh, profit, which is mistakes we do. 200k. Then we carry that money and go and spend. Buy this thing, take your babe out, go and chop the money, and you're hoping that next month business will produce something again, right? Yeah, maybe yeah, it does produce money because if she puts part of the expenses back into the business, you're like, yeah, it works like that. Now your business will keep just producing 200k every month, and that's what it will keep doing because it would not increase. You are not going to increase your client base. The same amount you spend on ads is what you spent last month. The same staff is what you still have. The same amount of machines that you're using is what you still have. You don't have anything increased, so you keep producing the same amount of money. So what you're meant to do actually is take that money. That's maybe 200 is just an example. 200,000. I'm talking in naira here. 200,000 naira. You take that money. You take like 80% because it's infancy stage. Take that 80% out of that money, or let me just say 70 to 80% out of that profit, and send it back into the business. That way, the money for ads that you did, maybe the money you spent on ads, budget of ad for the first month was like 100,000 naira. Because you're adding money back this month, you'll be spending maybe like 150. Because when you put that money back, maybe part of the money you can use to get more machines, or you can use to get another staff. It means you've increased production size. It means that your most of them you can produce more. So it means that if for every month, if you keep doing that for like a year, for every month there's an increase in your business. That will push you to the growth phase of the business, because you keep putting money back into the business so that the business can keep moving forward. That way you get to the growth phase where the business is now is now moving, it's not at a point where it can grow and expand into, you can have what's the name, more staffs, you can have more machines, you can buy more products. If you're a makeup artist, you need to buy a lot of products. You need to maybe have another studio. If you're a photographer, it's the same thing. If you're in the tech industry, it's all the same. These things I'm mentioning is not limited to one field. It's just basically business. If you don't learn how to put money back into the business, your business will remain stagnant. That's just the simple truth. It's from this growth phase your business is going to move into the maturity phase. Maturity phase is the point where your business can now stand by itself. It doesn't need any money to do whatever it's doing, to produce whatever it's producing anymore. If you impute more, yes, it will do more. But if you don't put any money, it will still keep producing a particular amount of money that will sustain your needs and also still sustain the business needs, because it has gotten to the maturity phase. And all these phases I'm mentioning, it takes time. Your business might stay in the infancy stage for 2-3 years. You might need to keep putting money into it like that before it moves to the growth phase. It might stay in the growth phase for another 2 to 3 years before it moves to the maturity phase. So it takes time. We always think that businesses is just, when I start it, I do that. Sorry, I'm saying that's in the Yoruba language. But that's it. Just feel like sharp. We move, and immediately we are first year. I'm meant to have been earning 1-2 M. Second year, I'm meant to be earning 5 or 10 M or 15 M or 30 M. So that's how it works. It doesn't work that way. And because you, like I said from the first point or second point, because you put all those burdens that are choking the business, those burdens are going to choke the life of the business. You are taking so much from it. Once your business is created for your survival, now hear this one very well. Once your business was created, the aim of that business was created for the purpose of your survival or your family's survival, then your business is going to die. There is no way around it. Your business will not grow, it will stay at the same point, and after a while, it will die. It is not created for your survival. Don't let anybody tell you that. Anybody can force you to start a business because, oh, yeah, just start, don't worry, you use the money to buy your school fees, you use the money to, it doesn't work that way. Except you get external funds. If you have family that's giving you external funds, maybe you get a grant. That's why people run for grants and those kind of things. And mostly I'm meant to do that at the growth phase. But people do that even at infancy stage. You can get a grant at infancy stage and still eat all the money. Because that's the point. That's why I'm saying that you need to understand all these three phases and then know how to, use the money wisely. Because at infancy stage, yes, you can be lucky to get a grant at infancy stage and get the money, get my 10 million naira grant. But because you don't understand these three phases of a business, you finish the money because all your body, all your survival needs are still on that business. Then you finish and you find out that nothing will happen. Your business will not move from one phase to the other. Do you understand what I'm saying? I just hope you've gotten something from everything I just said. Three different reasons why I feel businesses are stuck and businesses are not growing, or why I feel small businesses are finding it hard to move from one phase to the other. These are the main three reasons. I'll give you one last example. Everybody has this, everybody has someone like this that you know of, especially in Nigeria. You know of that man, one old guy that is in your environment, that has been in that shop, one shop. When you were young, you see the guy in that same shop. You grew up, you see in that same shop. You became a teenager, that same shop. Adult, that same shop. You marry, that guy is still in that same shop. Why do you think that is happening? You think he doesn't want to grow that business? It's because he is stuck. All his needs has been on that business, maybe from the beginning of that business. So the only thing he needs to do is thinking in his mind is, so far as I can pay my bills, so far as I can do, I'm fine. And he keeps running that business like that. You've noticed that man will only have one machine, especially tailors. And tailors are like mostly tailors. Yeah, just one machine will still, usually with that one machine that guy will have, or max maybe two machines. And you'll be there for 20 years. Nothing. Why? Because nobody has come there to tell him the truth. That the reason why he's doing that is because all his needs are on that business. All his needs. Remember, I just mentioned, you're not putting all your money back into the business because you need to survive, you need to eat. You are putting a percentage back. Put yourself on a salary. Put yourself on a salary. Once you are an entrepreneur starting a business, put yourself on a salary. Don't run a business as if I'm the alpha and omega and eat all the money. Put yourself on a salary. Have a percentage that goes to you, and more of the percentage must go back into the business. That's the only way out. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you've learned something today. This is the reason why this podcast is created. Dear Entrepreneur Podcast is for you, you and I, you business owner, me business owner, entrepreneurs everywhere, aspiring business owners. So if you like what you've just heard, if you like something you feel you love to hear about more, then stick around. We're going to be talking about a whole lot of things I've learned in the past, mistakes I've made. Most of these mistakes and things I'm telling you, I made a mistake also. Yeah, so I'm just kind of sharing my own experience with you guys. So if it's something you'd like to continue hearing, then click the notification bell, subscribe, and share with anyone that you think needs to hear this. Yeah. See you in the next episode. This remains The Entrepreneur, and my name is Olakunle Akinsheye. Wow.